So today, Smilegate had a little surprise live stream which lasted about 40 minutes. It was kind of out of the blue. It was very unexpected, but about concurrent viewers, there were about 40,000 people watching this live stream. Majority of what they covered was about February updates. I'm just going to cover like the important parts. I'm not gonna cover every single detail. Basically, what they said was first thing, they started off with a new Abyssal dungeon that Korea is supposed to get. Gear score, difficulty, there's going to be two difficulties, one normal, one hard. Normal is 1600 and hard is 1620. Mats, the elixirs, which I'm going to explain a little bit later, is going to be different. And what's different from the last Abyssal dungeon? This Abyssal dungeon, we're gonna start earning gold. And if you actually do a raid on this Abyssal dungeon, then it'll lock out the other 4 Legion raids that are available in Korea right now. So for example, for my 1620 Destroyer, I'll be able to do this Abyssal Dungeon, Akant, and Brel. And I'm supposed to be locked out of the others. However, they also mentioned in the stream that the 6 Gold Onion characters, well, the lockout of the 3 raids per week is going to be lifted. They're going to get rid of the lockout. So even if I do the 3 raids I just mentioned on my Destroyer, I'll still be able to do Clown, Vicus, and Vulcan. So I'll be able to do more raids on my main character, which I think is nice. Some people did express their concerns about busing, and Smilegate also did not forget to mention about this during this live stream. They're going to monitor how busing is going to impact the economy, and they'll take whatever necessary measures to, make things better if busing becomes a big problem for Lost Ark. Let's watch the trailer of the new Abyssal dungeon that we're supposed to be getting. There's going to be 4 gates. This is the first gate boss, Plant Lady, and the next one is this dragon, second gate, and the next third gate is this beast, and they did not reveal the 4th gate because they thought it would be spoilers. Let's watch a little dungeon. They have footage. Basically, the concept of this dungeon is that whole stage of this raid is basically the body part of this plant lady, the boss. This is a second gate. The camera will zoom in and out depending for the user's convenience. And this is the third gate. Basically a bull, lion, and monkey all clamped up together. I can imagine my Destroyer trying to perfect swing and getting stabbed by those horns. Okay, here's a little patch note of the update we'll be getting. Oh, another thing about the Abyssal Dungeon, the story continent will be updated on the 15th, and they're going to give us a little time to not G-spam the story in a rush to get to Abyssal Dungeon. They're going to give us another week until the Abyssal Dungeon comes out. So the story continent, the new continent will come out on the 15th, will be updated on the 15th. The new Abyssal Dungeon will be updated on the 22nd, which is a week later after the story continent. Okay, there's a new vertical progress that you will have to make from this Abyssal Dungeon, which is called the Elixir. Some of you might know already from the Winter Loan because they talked about this a little bit. It looks like to me, well, this for sure, what's for sure is there's 5 stats you can upgrade. This is additional damage on the boss. I'm not sure what this is. This is more mana, this is party supporting, and this is attack power, okay? Now, there are more options than what's shown here. You have to select the 5 from those options you have, depending on, I guess, what class you are, if you're a support or not, if you're a DPS class, or if you lack mana, or if you want more attack speed. I guess you choose the ones you want for your character, and one example that I saw from Luan that's not on here is attack speed. So using this elixir alchemy thingy, what happens is if you use the elixir and if you press this button, it'll enhance one of these random ones from the 5 you selected. It'll be random. You can't select the ones you want. It'll be random. However, you have the 3 options and it seems like there's a refresh button that gives you more options. Basically what these 3 options are, this one mixes all your upgrades. Basically, yeah, it'll just mix every stat or upgrades randomly. And this one switches your highest level and the lowest level enhancement. And then this one increases a chance getting your attack power enhanced by 15%. So there's these different effects, and there is a limit. You can only refresh for one time. I'm guessing there's more than what's shown here. I'm guessing, for example, this one increases your whip attack power enhancement by 15%. Maybe this could change to like attack speed or additional damage on the boss and stuff like that. Also, there is a thing called the catalyst. You're gonna have to use your chaos stones to get these mats, to trade the mats. Also, another source of catalyst is the wandering merchant. So judging by the fact that you can switch off your chaos stones for these elixirs or catalyst, is that it's going to be another gold sink, just like the quality. My personal opinion, I feel like this is supposed to prepare us for Theamine raid, which is the next Legion raid. That's the purpose of the elixir and gold sink. Okay, another important thing they mentioned about the end content and the gold earning character is that, let's say for example, I have my destroyer at 1620 something. So I'll be able to do the hard mode Abyssal dungeon, right? The new Abyssal dungeon will give us gold. Our last Kayangil Abyssal dungeon did not give us gold. But the new Abyssal dungeon will give us gold. So I will have to, that will count as a gold earning content. So for example, my destroyer will be doing Abyssal dungeon for the gold, and I'll probably do Akan and Belshazzar. Now it's supposed to end right there, right? That's supposed to be all of my 3 entries. However, they're going to let us do every other Legion. They're going to get rid of the entry limit. So even after I do all those 3 gold earning activities per week, I'll still be able to enter Clown, I'll still be able to enter Vicus and Vulcan. I think it has pros and cons. Pros, you'll be able to do more raids on the character you like to play. Cons would be, there will be more buses. It could be one of the causes, or it could be one of the factors that could cause gold inflation. Smallgate did not forget to mention about this. They talked about the busing, and they're going to monitor it and then take whatever necessary measures if it alters or if it affects the gold economy too much. Another really important thing they mentioned is that they're going to merge Cube and Boss Rush, but it'll be in the Cube form. It'll be Cube content, and they're merging Boss Rush into Cube. What they're going to do with the existing tickets, there's going to be I'm not sure, but I'm guessing there's going to be an NPC or something like that where you can go and then trade off for the mats or for a new ticket. We don't know yet, but they said they're going to compensate for the existing tickets. I'm not sure with the new cube system if the ×3 ticket thingy is going to be there still. They did not talk about it. There maybe not. We don't know yet. Korea has had 1490 cube for about probably over a year now. Now we're gonna get new eye level cube, 1302, 1490, 1540, 1580, and 1610. We'll be getting a new Guardian raid, Gargadith the Frog, and the item limit is going to be 1610. That's a big jump from 1580 to 1610. And I think, well, that's because of the soft reset we have with Akan gear, I think. And we'll be getting a new Chaos Dungeon, 1610. And they also talked a little bit about class balancing. They did not give us any clear, detailed explanation of balancing, but they talked about 3 rules when they do balance patches. Their standards. First rule, every class has to be able to clear rage and dungeons. Rule number 2, risk and return. They started off explaining this by how their DPS data varies by content. They called it environmental factors, but in an easier word, I think it's raid design. Depending on what raid it is, some classes perform better, some classes don't. And they also talked about how some classes have a very hard time. It's more risky, it's more difficult. For example, maybe Perfect Suppressor Hunter's mana problem. This is my example, by the way. But Smallgate is not looking to make every single class just convenient to play, because Smallgate thinks it might alter with the class's uniqueness. And the third rule is how every single person has different experience and different views about class balancing, right? I mean, of course, they'll be more biased towards classes they play. He went on by saying that not everything is perfect in this world, and he probably means how everyone has different views and different. He probably means he can satisfy every single person in every single class, but they will try their best for a perfect balance. Considering that it was a very surprised, out of nowhere, out of the blue live stream, it was a very short stream too, about 40 minutes, but they covered some issues, and I think they talked about a lot of the stuff that can affect future Lost Ark, like lifting gold limit on the characters. And another thing I forgot to mention, a lot of users were complaining about how there is going to be another gender lock class for fighter, because the last gender lock class was striker. So a lot of the users, probably male mage Andes and male assassin Andes, were complaining on the Inven. Smallgate actually was listening to this, and they're looking into delaying male scrapper, which they announced in the winter Luan. Well, congrats to you, to those male mage and male assassin Andes. Soul Eater is going to be updated as planned, but they might delay male scrapper. Yeah, the AOS, they called it AOS in the Winter Luan. They did showcase Lost Ark mobile version, which is like a league style PvP in Lost Ark. They said they looked into public opinion about this, and they saw how people were complaining about using resources on AOS instead of Lost Ark balance patches and other stuff like quality of life and stuff like that. They said they're going to delay the mobile version of Lost Ark, but they also mentioned that it does not use up their main resources. They have a separate team that works on the mobile version. But they're going to delay it, and they're basically listening to public opinion about how AOS is a side content that no one will probably ever care about. Not ever, but they probably won't care about, but they're going to delay it. I think that pretty much covers everything that they mentioned in the live stream. I think that was a good summarization. I don't think I missed anything. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye, YouTube. Say bye to YouTube, guys.
Thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate that. Thank you. I couldn't.